When I started doing meditation, I didn't even realize that I was, and I really only did it because as a mom and as a human, I was kind of just feeling overburdened, and I wanted to just like relax. I just knew that I needed to relax, and I felt called to that. So I eventually started to go in my room, close my door, and sit down on the edge of my bed, allow myself to just relax and rest my shoulders and my back because I realized I was always keeping my shoulders up. And so I would make sure I relaxed them down. And I just breathed for a little bit and then I would go back to what I was doing. And it was a really good reset to just relax it all and let it drop. And I started doing that throughout the day whenever I felt like I needed to. And from there, honestly, I didn't even really have to try. The things that needed to happen just did. The things that my body wanted to start to let go to did because I was allowing space. So, what happens when we just allow for more space? Oh, that looks really beautiful. What happens when we just allow for more space is the things that need to come into that space have the room and opportunity to then come into that space. And so, what came into that space for me was a lot of trying to figure out what I was already holding on to and really, I guess, essentially where I could make more space. And I just started reflecting on me more. I started writing more poetry. And, so that's how it happened for me. I started expressing more. Um, so just from taking a few minutes out of your day, you can, not even a few minutes out of your day, it's kind of like adding time into your day because we don't even feel like we have those moments to just breathe. So it's finding a way to add those moments into your day, and you realize that there is space for that. You do have 30 seconds to just pay attention to your breath, to just pay attention to how it feels to breathe and to be in this moment in space and time that you're in. You realize you do. And sometimes you can even do it while you're doing something else. Because there's mindful ways to drive, to walk, to hike. There's mindful ways to garden. There's mindful ways to do everything. Being present in a moment and realizing what is and who you are. It increases your relationship with nature as you appreciate more joy and more beauty. You feel more gratitude. And we realize a lot of that comes from the earth. There's so much beauty that she gives us, flowers to enjoy, the beautiful sky. We realize that we're in this relationship with the trees. They need us as much as we need them. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful how we can work together with something that we don't even think we can really, communicate with or relate to, but we are. We are and we do. You end up getting closer to yourself, bringing in more compassion for yourself, realizing that you're just a human. You're just a human dealing with all of the things, the rules, the ideas that we've set up in this society. You start to bring in more compassion for yourself, which extends to others as well. Because you understand that we've all just come from somewhere. We all have a story. We all have a history. And we start to realize that it's just life that's made us all who we are and how we manifested and how we express. It's not always pretty, but it is. And everything doesn't have to be pretty. We realize that with the earth and everything around us as well. We watch animals, eat each other. Not pretty, but it's what keeps them growing and it's what keeps everything evolving and it's what keeps life happening. So that not pretty stuff is important as well. And you start to realize even within you, the stuff that's not pretty is important. And it's you. And it's what's made you get to where you are right now in this moment where you're thinking about your breath more and you're thinking about the collective more and you're thinking about the universal consciousness more and expanding all of it and just becoming the vast beauties of power and wonder that we really are. You also increase your relationship with the divine because you realize just, I don't know, how deeply profound it is to be on this earth, to be created by a creator who's created all of this around us, who's created all of the opportunities and the possibilities for us. And it's so amazing to know that we're being held and loved and watched and guided in such a way. And it's so beautiful to know that when we are tuning into ourselves, believing in ourselves, knowing ourselves, that the universe, the divine, God is going to push things along and show us exactly where we're meant to go and where we're meant to be. And all we have to do is just listen to the quiet voices that tend to be tuned out by all the loud, busy day, loud, busy life, the loud, busy thoughts. So there's a lot that comes from just making a little bit of space.